see the protesters. Honestly, I think there's justification for their action so far. I think the government should really do something very drastic about this.
But, you know, if you say they should do something drastic, I think what more could have been done? Because if you have that law in place and then it is thought to be, because yesterday we were talking to some other security experts, Mr. Bash? Mr.
Bish Johnson.
Johnson, yes. We're talking to him, and yesterday in his submissions he said that perhaps that law in Benue State was not well crafted, and having the federal authorities back it up. Perhaps this is the reason why you've recorded this level of failure of that law.
As far as I'm concerned, has the law even seen the light of the day? It has not even taken off, because the State House of Assembly, you know, they have the right to make laws for the state. And I don't think that's the issue here. As far as I'm concerned, these people are not spirits. They are not spirits. They came in from somewhere and they need to be fished out.
How concerned would you say the government should have been when that party, the Mayati Allah, said that they will resist that particular law? What should have the government done at that point in time?
Well, what I expect the government to do at that point in time is to bring the leaders, you know, get the security agencies to bring the leaders on board and let them know that if anything untoward comes out of this, they will be held accountable. They will be held responsible. And I think right now there's call for the leaders of these Mayati groups to be arrested.
What do you make of the thoughts that you've been in the army and you practically know about how operations are carried out? Would you say that the army is better positioned to, you know, tackle this concern more than the police is?
You see, I've always said something on this forum. There's a fundamental issue here, and until we address it, the issue of state and community policing has to take a center stage at this point of our development. You cannot expect the army to be everywhere. But again, what I expect the government to do right now is to invoke the doctrine of necessity. That's why I said something drastic has to be done. They need to set up a military formation in Benue.
Is there no military formation in Benue already? Because I understand that there's been a military presence there since this issue started, especially since 2014.
Well, I think there is a formation, I guess, in Makurdi. But again, when you set up military formations, you know, they have specific tasks or responsibility. Okay? If, for instance, a training institution is located somewhere, you know, you don't expect them to be combat. Well, even though everyone is a combatant or is expected to be able to do the necessary things as far as the military is concerned, you know. But specifically, maybe you say a task force set up to address this menace, just like you have in Pt.2. Mm. Even at that, we are still having cases in Pt.2.
Okay. There are these questions that, I mean, in the conversation we had earlier, someone was just asking, what is it that is sort of fueling this boldness in the herdsmen to attack communities continuously? What do you think is fueling their boldness?
Well, there has been a lot of conspiracy theory about their boldness. But I'm not going to subscribe to that. As far as I'm concerned, there shouldn't be any sacred cow.
Okay, but you
People
do.
act with impunity. You commit an offense, they should be dealt with.
So do you think the fact that they're not dealt with, that's what's encouraging them to carry
I
on?
believe so.
So what can be done to stem the tide? Because they seem to feel like they have a right to feed their cattle. Yet there's that other school of thought that says this thing is, these people attacking the people of Benue and indeed other parts of the country are not the herders. These are marauders just going around killing people. They are not the herders. The herders are completely different. So what should be done?
The federal government needs to step in. Step in the sense that let's even have a data. Let's know who are Nigerians and non-Nigerians. Our border needs to be more policed. Because as we speak, this kind of a situation, you can call some of them, you can ascribe it as trans-border crime. You know, we've had that, of course. I mean, you cannot rule that out completely because all our borders so porous. So we need to step up, you know, policing our borders. And again, how do we achieve this? The National ID Card, Identity Card Commission, you know, they have to step up their game. Because as we speak, a lot of Nigerians, you know, apart from your voter's card, apart from, you know, even the voter's card, it's not everybody that is registered. So how do we really check? The other time we had the BVN, it's not everybody that is interested in going to queue in the bank or, you know, or has money that wants to go and put in the bank. So you cannot capture, you know, everybody. So the best way to capture everybody is the identity card thing, the national identity card.